A beautiful fall Sunday, the perfect day for football. But on this particular day, the players decide to go with a foam shaving cream. The result, a severe lack of protection. If these guys had simply used Edge Pro Gel with 8 rich lubricants, they would have had the protection they so badly needed. Not getting the protection you need? Make the call to Edge Pro Gel. Edge Pro Gel. Save your skin.
This NFL Films production is a presentation of the National Football League.
NFL team highlight videos are brought to you by Edge Pro Gel. Lose the foam, save your skin.
The first day on a new job is never easy. But for New Orleans Saints coach Jim Haslett, the first practice of April minicamp was a truly daunting task.
It feels weird doing this. I have no idea. I look at these scripts. I have no idea what we're calling things yet. I sat in the offensive meeting today. I learned some stuff. You should have saw our staff meeting this morning. We were trying to figure out where was north, south, east, and west on these fields.
Oh, the sun comes right out of New Orleans in the morning and right out of Baton Rouge.
I tell you what, they had me confused. They didn't know. Nobody knew which way the sun come up. Nobody knew east from west, north from south. All they knew, that was a baseball field there and there's a church over there.
And the river's over here?
And we didn't even get into that. We didn't get that far. But here's the worst thing. We finally get it figured out. It takes us about a half hour. Al says, I don't want my returners returning in the sun. I said, well, okay, all right. So we kind of switch it around. And then we figured out he's wrong. The sun comes up over the church. So, you sure you know which way we're going now? We got all square away. The sun's coming up here. But in this meeting, I don't know what north, south, east, west was. I didn't know. All I know is someday my son will know that the sun comes over the church. It's our learning process. Baseball and church. We'll get to the other stuff later on. We got another segment this afternoon. We'll probably work on that other part of it.
Once they found their bearings, Haslett and the Saints embarked on an even more imposing challenge, restoring the pride of a team that won just 3 games in 1999.
They look like a team. They got their clothes on, right?
They've got a long way to go, but every mission must start somewhere. And at least the Saints know which direction they're headed.
I don't think people are in this business, at least I'm not, to win a few games and to get better. I'm in it to win a championship. That's what it's all about.
Hey, Coach.
How you doing?
Good start, Coach. Looks like we know what we're doing.
We'll see.
One down.
It always starts with the organization. Then it's the coaches, and then it's the players. You know, without, the head, the tail can't follow.
Never did the New Orleans Saints organization look more solid than on the opening Sunday of the 1999 season. After pulling off an historic draft day trade for running back Ricky Williams, the Saints kicked off the season in style.
Doug Bryan puts his foot into the football, and the 99 season is underway. This is Bates from the 6 across the 10, 15, 20. Ball comes free, lying on the carpet, picked up by the Saints. They're going to take it in for the touchdown. Tyrone Drakeford picks up the loose ball, and on the very first play of this game, the Saints have a score.
Well, that's one hell of a way to start a season, Jim.
Sparked by an energized Superdome crowd and a defense that sacked Carolina quarterback Steve Berline 7 times, the Saints pulled away with a 19-10 victory.
Hobert, 3-step drop, pumps it twice, hits Poole, and Poole breaks the tackle. He's going down the far sideline. Deep Poole has scored.
A week later in San Francisco, the Saints appeared poised to topple the 49ers. Keith Poole, who averaged 19 yards a catch in '99, scored his second long touchdown in as many weeks, helping the Saints build a 21-14 fourth-quarter lead. With matters seemingly in control, though, the game and the Saints season took a sudden turn for the worse.
Play action. Hobert going to throw it deep for Kennison, in trouble, and it's going to be intercepted. This is Schulters coming back at midfield to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, being chased from behind. He may score. He will score.
And just like that, the 99 Saints unraveled. For 4 straight games, the Saints held second-half leads. They lost each time. And before they won again, their losing streak reached 7 games.
This is unbelievable. What more can go wrong for the New Orleans Saints?
Wow. The look on Mike Ditka's face about says it all.
When they finished the season 3-13, the time had come to make a change. Owner Tom Benson had a promise to keep.
Well, early last fall, I made a statement to our fans and the city of New Orleans that I was going to take whatever steps necessary to assure that we get a winning season. And the fact was that, for whatever reasons, Mike Ditka I thought was a fine person and a good coach. It didn't work, and that we had to take the steps necessary to try to get us a winning club.
As the new director
On January 27th, Benson split the Saints front office into 2 departments, naming Arnold Fielkow Director of Administration and Randy Mueller General Manager of Football Operations. It is Mueller who will be charged with rebuilding the Saints, and he comes to the job with strong qualifications. As the Seattle Seahawks chief personnel man, Mueller was the architect of a team that won the AFC West title in 1999. To the Saints, he brings a reputation as one of the most aggressive executives in the league and a mandate to do whatever it takes to bring New Orleans a winner.
When you have a commitment from ownership, like we have here with Mr. Benson, that he'll do whatever it takes to win, then it's up to us to get the right players, to keep the right players, and keep the group headed in the right direction.
I want to try to create the atmosphere around here of passion, people that will not accept losing. I want people that are outward thinkers.
Mueller's first hire is a perfect fit.
It can be done. You got to change attitudes. You got to change the way of thinking, not just on the football field, not with your players, but the whole building. You know, the people working the building, the secretaries, the administration. I think you have to change the attitude, not just you wanting to win. You got to expect to win.
On the field, Jim Haslett played to win. As a linebacker for the Buffalo Bills, he was named NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year in 1979. And his unrelenting style helped lead the upstart Bills to a division title in 1980. After retiring in 1987, he moved right to the sidelines, eventually taking over as the Pittsburgh Steelers defensive coordinator in 1997.
All right, they won't break, but you just keep coming after them.
To his new job, Haslett brings an old-school demeanor and a new-school approach.
Play the ball now, Alex. Don't cut him off. Cut him off! Turn it up, turn it up! Ah!
We're already behind.
Hey, just run with him. Move your feet. Don't be cutting him off. That's the last thing you need is a 50-yard penalty. You can't arm bar. Just run. You can run with these guys.
A little tense out there today.
No, I'm just always that way.
He has an innate ability to deal with people honestly and up front, and I think you have to have that with players in this modern era. Somebody that can confront players, but at the same time hug them, and they have a lot of respect for him, and he just has that knack and charisma of doing that.
Teach you to tackle, right? You don't have to be a killer, just bring them down. If she gets in the secondary, all you got to do is bring it down, right? Because if it got in the secondary, somebody fucked up front, right? You don't have to be a trained killer. You got to do is tackle them. You don't have to be a brain surgeon to play this game, do you?
It didn't take long for the Saints' new management team to identify priority number 1 in the rebuilding process.
We couldn't talk to an assistant coach, an agent, another player, a fan, without the first question out of their mouth not being, what are you going to do at quarterback?
So we sat down, we said, well, let's get ourselves a quarterback so we can hire some people.
Their target? Former Cincinnati Bengal quarterback, Jeff Blake.
Jeff's the guy we wanted. He was the number 1 guy that we thought on the board, and we went out and did it about an hour after free agency opened.
And that helped us do a lot of things down the line because people knew the direction we were going at that position. I mean, that's where it starts.
The addition of Blake stabilizes a position at which the Saints had started 4 different players in each of the past 3 seasons. In 6 seasons with the Bengals, Blake never threw more interceptions than touchdowns. His deep ball ranks among the best in the game, and he's every bit as dangerous with his legs as he is with his arm.
My main thing when choosing a team, I wanted to go somewhere where I was wanted. And the Saints were real sure of what they wanted and who they wanted.
Haslett, for one, knows firsthand the kind of damage Jeff Blake can do to a defense. For the past 3 seasons, Blake always seemed to save his best for Haslett's Steelers.
When you have opportunity to see a certain player play a certain amount of years, twice a year, and you know that you've thrown everything you can at him and he still prevails, like the old saying, you know, if you can't beat him, join him. So that's why I'm here.
Well, you know, that's part of the reason. Obviously, I saw what he could do, but he just didn't torch me. He torched a lot of people.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
He's a great leader. He really loves playing the game, likes to be on the field, and he's competitive.
He's got it. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Right for the jump.
He's going to be great for the offense. We're going to try to really develop the offense around him, take advantage of what he does best. He has a big, lively arm, and he's mobile, so we got to take advantage of what he does.
Of course, the best way to take advantage of a good passer is to give him plenty of people to throw to. So the Saints revamped their receiving corps, acquiring wideouts Jake Reed from the Vikings and Joe Horn from the Chiefs, as well as tight end Andrew Glover, also from Minnesota. Glover should form a potent tandem with incumbent tight end Cam Cleland in the Saints' version of the West Coast offense, while Horn will provide a second deep threat to go along with Keith Poole. In Reed, the Saints believe they've found the go-to receiver they've been looking for. In 9 NFL seasons, Reed has caught nearly 400 passes and scored more than 30 touchdowns. Still, no passing game can be successful without a productive running game. And in 2000, the Saints will count on Ricky Williams to erase the memories of a disappointing rookie season.
You come into your rookie season with all these expectations, and you think that you're going to go out there and fulfill them all. When you get hurt in the first preseason game, and then you overcome that, and you get hurt again, and you overcome that, and you get hurt again, it's just really frustrating. You know, I wanted to do so much, but I was physically unable to do it because of the injuries.
When he was healthy in '99, Williams showed he's the kind of back who can carry an NFL offense, finishing with nearly 900 yards rushing in just 12 games.
Ricky showed some flashes of greatness last year. We played Jacksonville. I mean, he made some big runs.
Williams with running room to the left, hurdles the tackler, touchdown New Orleans!
But what I really like about Ricky, he can catch the ball at the backfield well. And he's a hard blocker, so I think Ricky's a total package. I think it's just of us getting all the potential out of Ricky.
But to get the most out of Ricky, the Saints will need to realize the potential of an offensive line that returns intact in 2000.
We got probably as good a line as anybody in the National Football League. Now, obviously, we got to go out and play, and we got to do some things better than they did last year. But I think keeping it intact is the key to this team.
We got 3 or 4 first-rounders, and all the guys can play. I think it's just a matter of getting a system that they can understand and they can work with, and I think we're going to have a great offensive line.
Regardless, it's Williams ultimately who will receive the lion's share of the attention, whether the Saints succeed or fail. Like it or not, that is the charge of a superstar.
He's not the savior. He is a part of a team built around some other guys also, that if they all do their own job, will be successful. We need a guy to carry the ball every week, 20, 22 times. We need a guy to rush for 1,200, 1,300 yards and catch 40 or 50 balls. That's it.
Ricky just need to be Ricky and just run the football, you know, and he let me handle the rest. He let me handle all the pressures, all the naysays. I can handle all that stuff. You know, I've been through it for the last 4 years in Cincinnati. Once I hand him the football, run, Ricky, run. That's all I want.
The Saints' '99 season did have its bright spots. A pair of them came against the two most dominant teams of the last decade. Prior to their Week 10 rematch against the 49ers, New Orleans had been beaten by San Francisco 7 straight times.
Has time, going to throw it deep down the middle for Poole. Poole's got it at the 5-yard line. Has his helmet dislodged with a huge hit, but it's going to be first and goal for New Orleans.
On this day, the Saints took the Niners' best shot and kept right on coming. Billy Joe Tolliver ran for 2 touchdowns and threw for another as the Saints rolled past the struggling Niners 24-3. 6 weeks later, the Cowboys paid a Christmas Eve visit to the Dome. But Dallas's holiday was spoiled by an unknown local boy making his first NFL start. Louisiana native Jake Delhomme threw 2 touchdown passes and ran for another, leading the Saints to a 31-24 upset of the Cowboys.
Delhomme to the goal line, and he will score! Jake Delhomme with a 4-yard scamper on the quarterback draw. He spikes the football in the end zone to the delight of everybody on their feet here in the Superdome today.
Delhomme's homecoming made for a nice Christmas treat. But it didn't compare to the goodies that came to New Orleans in the months following the season. Indeed, the Saints' impressive free agent haul addressed needs on both sides of the ball, adding punch to the defense that sacked more quarterbacks than any other during the decade of the 90s. At its best, the New Orleans defense swarms its opponents, smothering ball carriers and collapsing pass pockets 5 or 6 at a time. It's a style Jim Haslett grew accustomed to during his stint as a Saints assistant in the mid-90s.
When I coached in New Orleans, we led the league in sacks 2 years in a row. Obviously, it'll be aggressive. We kind of like that style, but whatever we feel is best to take advantage of our players, that's the kind of style we'll play.
With the arrival of mammoth defensive tackle Norman Hand, expect the defense to continue its aggressive ways. Hand, one of the top run stoppers in the NFL, led all San Diego linemen in tackles last season. In New Orleans, he'll line up next to the lightning-quick Leroy Glover, who fought through constant double teams last season to record 8.5 sacks.
Leroy's not real big guy, he's really active. He's a heck of a football player, but we wanted to get that one anchor, and Norman, fit the bill, and I think those two together are going to be a good complement.
Norman Hand, a young guy, big body, about 330 pounds, to take off some of those double teams, and I think we're going to have a great year together.
With the expected return of injured defensive end Joe Johnson and steady contributions from rookie Darren Howard, as well as veterans Willie Whitehead, number 98, and Jared Tomich, number 90, the Saints should field a formidable front four in 2000. But the strength of this defense may turn out to be its linebackers. With former Rams middle linebacker Charlie Clemens joining speedy outside backers Mark Fields and Keith Mitchell, the Saints have formed one of the quickest corps in the league. The key to the defense, however, will be the improvement of its young secondary. The Saints have high hopes for a group that includes returnees Fred Weary, Alex Molden, Rob Kelly, and Sammy Knight, as well as newcomers Fred Thomas, formerly of the Seahawks, Kevin Mathis, formerly of the Cowboys, and expatriate Steve Israel. If the secondary plays up to expectations, the Saints should have no trouble carrying the success of the 90s into the new decade.
Emmitt Smith wrapped up in the ball, comes free, picked up by Weary. There goes Fred Weary, only Aikman to beat. Weary's going to go down the far sideline. Touchdown, New Orleans!
These are unprecedented times in the NFL. In the 2000 season, the Saints will field as many as 11 new starters. In New Orleans, the dawn of a new century is a time to rise.
People want, fans want, they want you to win right now, and it's not unrealistic. If I were on the outside looking in, I'd want my team to win right now too.
Everybody's impatient nowadays, and I think it's going to be a little bit harder here just from the circumstances the last couple of years, but it's going to take time. We'll be a better football team than they were last year, and just be patient with us because we'll hopefully get where we want to be.
The good thing is with free agency now, a big part of the league, if you embrace that, you're better suited to build your team quickly.
To the foundation that's already in place, the Saints will continue to add the necessary pieces until they build a winner.
The Joe Horns, the Norman Hands, the Fred Thomases, the Charlie Clemenses, those guys are fairly young players, only been in the league 3-4 years each, so we feel like they've, if given the opportunity, can kind of go to the next level. I think the biggest challenge in my mind is getting everybody on the same page. You've got to have an ownership that's committed, you've got to have coaches and personnel people willing to sacrifice, grind it out, and work together.
How about getting out of bed this morning? 5 o'clock this morning. Go to bed at 2 and get up at 5.
And I think the big thing is you got to have people that care and have passion and really want to win bad.
Just being out there this morning, I feel like that the coaches and the players are ready for the season to start, and so am I.
I think anytime there's a change, whether it's coaching or front office, it brings excitement, and that's what we have right now, a lot of excitement.
You all right? You get all the running plays in? Uh-huh. They didn't put much in, did they? 4 plays? That's all you need.
It's a whole new team out there, different quarterback, different receivers. It feels good to be out there. We feel like we have a brand new start.
Flacco, there you go. Return and go the ball.
Why the Saints? Why not the Saints? And we got a new organization, basically. New general manager, new head coach. It's not the same team. New players, and we come in and we set the standard on our own terms. I wouldn't have it no other way.
Edge Pro Gel presents the New Orleans Saints' ultimate performance of the century. Led by Pro Bowl linebackers Sam Mills, Vaughn Johnson, Pat Swilling, and Ricky Jackson, the 1991 Saints won the first division championship in the franchise's 25-year history.
Bless you boys, and cha-ching, the Saints are officially the NFC Western Division champions.
You're the best football team in this damn division. Be happy, enjoy it. You're the champs of the NFC West. Way to go.
Edge Pro Gel for unsurpassed comfort. Lose the foam. Save your skin.
Greatest players who've ever played this game.
There were so many people just cheering. It was a special time and a special team.
Do you realize how great those moments were?
History couldn't be written without these guys.
Some of the greatest memories anybody could have.
The ultimate honor that a football player can receive.
It takes a team to get to the Hall of Fame.
They made the game what it is today.
What makes it fun is the cheering of the crowd.
The fans are the greatest part of football, and this is your Hall of Fame.
This NFL Films production has been brought to you by the National Football League. The NFL is online at www.nfl.com.